Hello, everybody. All the Sagittarius people are out here today watching this video. Welcome back to Exotic Astrology. So, finally, we have reached the ninth sign of the zodiac belt. We have been discussing about the houses and the zodiac signs, and if you have not watched them, then please go back to the playlist and watch the description of the houses and the signs. And now we have come to the temple, to the church, to the mosque, to the Dome of the Rock. Okay? Because all these are represented by the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the original ninth house of the zodiac. What is the ninth house? Ninth house is the house of God, the house of your gurus, your preceptors, your counselors, your guides, your uh, people who you take inspiration from. It is the sign of inspiration. People who inspire you to do good things in life. Righteousness is the sign of Sagittarius. Dharma is Sagittarius. Your duty, it is the sign of commitment. It is the sign of sticking to what is right instead of all trials and tribulations in life. It is the sign of fixity. It is the sign of enlightenment. That is why you see the light in this photo. It is the sign of divine consciousness. Okay, because it is the original ninth house in the zodiac. Which is what is the ninth house? Ninth house is the house of luck, fortune. Now, generally, when people talk of luck, they will associate luck with the partner. Have you seen? Generally, they say, "Oh, suppose you say to somebody that I'm going to get married, or I have got into a relationship with somebody." The immediate question they will ask you is, "Oh, wonderful, amazing! Who is the lucky one?" If you're a boy, they will say, "Who's the lucky girl?" Okay. So generally people associate luck with the seventh house. They say that when the partner comes, luck comes to you or it goes away, either ways. But in general, people associate luck with the seventh house of marriage, the sign of Libra. But does the ancient scriptures say so? Well, it doesn't. In fact, it says luck is from the sign of Sagittarius because the same house, which is the house of God, spirituality, religion, is also considered the house of luck. So I will tell you why. Because how do you define fortune? Okay, fortune means everything goes away, but still you have something to hold on to. You are still protected. That is why they say, he's fortunate that he had a cancer, but somehow he survived. Yes, well, that is why it is the house of fortune. Okay, or you get things without much difficulty. Okay, they say that, oh, he's born in a very big family, a wealthy family. That's why he's fortunate. Another aspect of fortune is that you get things without much difficulty. Also, this is linked to the guru because guru gives you the spiritual knowledge, which is the dark house, which is what the eighth house. He pulls out the spiritual knowledge and gives it to you easily without much difficulty. Okay, without much problem, without much trouble. That is why you are considered fortunate to get the spiritual knowledge, higher wisdom, the knowledge about God, the knowledge of the Quran, the knowledge of the Vedas, the knowledge of the Holy Bible, the Torah, and the Dharmapada. These are the holy books, the divine consciousness which leads us to light. As in Hinduism, it is said, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Satgamaya. Please lead me from darkness to light. Okay, so that I can conquer the ocean of birth and death and attain salvation, liberation ultimately, which is the end of it all, the scriptural goal, perspective. Okay, so what is the sign of Sagittarius? I will give two interpretations for this sign. I will give the mundane interpretation on a materialistic level of what are traits of people who have planets here, and then I will also give the spiritual perspective to it because every sign has a spiritual perspective. And of course, this is the sign of spirituality. So, this ideally should have only spiritual perspective, but still, I will give some interpretations as it is found in some of the classics. Okay, now this Sagittarius is the sign of the centaur, which is half man and it is a half animal, you see, and he's having a bow and an arrow. Okay, that is why these people are always ready, ever ready. See, the person is ready to shoot anytime. Now, in the classics, there are various meanings to this sign. Why is this a half man and a half animal? I will give one interpretation. One of the interpretations is that the bodies of the animal. That means we have our animalistic tendencies, animalistic desires. But when you come to this sign, animal basically means that you have no inquisitiveness about God and spirituality and higher reality of life. You are confined only to four activities. Animal life is defined by eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Okay, if you see animals, they will only eat, they will either sleep, or they will be having sex with the opposite partner, or they will be defending themselves. Okay, only four activities animals will do. Their consciousness cannot go beyond these four activities. So any human being who only does these four activities, who is eating, who is drinking and marrying all the time, okay, having sex and defending himself, defending his land and territory without having knowledge of God and higher consciousness, higher reality, self-realization basically. That person is called in Srimad Bhagavatam as a Dvipada Pashu. Dvipada is two-legged animal. Pashu is animal. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam is the culmination of all the holy books in the Vedic tradition of India. It is the end of it all, some summit conclusion of all. So Srimad Bhagavatam says if a man is engaged only in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, not inquiring about God or forgetting God, at least he should inquire who am I and what is my relation with God. If he is not inquiring about that, then he is just a two-legged animal, Dvipada Pashu. That is what the scriptures say. Okay, so I already told why is it considered the house of fortune, because fortune means in one way everything goes, you are still protected. Okay, and that's what is shown by the signification of God, because there is the example of Draupadi in Mahabharata. She was disrobed in the assembly of the Kurus. I will discuss about Draupadi later in detail, but she was humiliated and nobody could protect her. Neither her husbands nor her elders, neither the king could protect. Okay, but at the end, Lord Krishna came and saved her honor by supplying her unlimited sari. So that is why she is considered fortunate. Then when everything fell, okay, God is still there with you. He will always be there. That's what I say in the videos, that God is there with you all the time. Do you understand why I say it? Now you understand. Yes, it is the sign of Sagittarius. Because of that, I keep saying. Now, uh, the another aspect of fortune, as I already said, getting things without much difficulty. That's what is the job of the guru, the preceptor, your teacher. If you want to read a book yourself, you might need 10 days, 20 days, and you might be beating your head around what is this. But instead, if you just go and ask your teacher, can you please tell me, he will tell you within 5 minutes, within 10 minutes, or within 1 hour, he will explain you the whole book. So you see, that is why you are considered fortunate. That is why it is the sign of fortune. And what is the highest fortune that a guru bestows? Guru is the preceptor, he is the guide, he is the teacher. Okay, and ninth house is also the house of the father. Okay, that is why Sagittarius is also the sign of father, fatherly figures, fatherly personalities. Okay, because father is the first guru of a person. Okay, because the father is supposed to enlighten the child with spiritual knowledge. Okay, that is the first duty of the father. And I said regarding the notion, the notation of the sign is that we are animals basically instinctively, but when we come into the sign of Sagittarius, our consciousness goes high. We are aiming for becoming a human, because the other half of the body is human. Okay, there are several other connotations and references for this, but as of now, I will discuss only one. And apart from this, on a mundane level, it represents people who are very generous. And before saying of the traits, I would say this sign is ruled by the most benefic of all the nine planets in astrology. It is none other than the planet Jupiter, which is the significator of higher wisdom, guru, spirituality, happiness, prosperity, marriage, happy bliss in life, okay, family, any positive event that happens in your life, that is signified by Jupiter. Of course, we will discuss in detail what Jupiter is later, okay. And it is a dual sign, okay. It is a fire sign because it is part of the first, fifth and the ninth house of these nine signs, because it is the ninth house, the ninth sign. 159 are fire signs, so it represents the masculine signs, which has a lot of power in them to burn off their karma. What is the need of fire? What is the use of fire? Fire is used to burn off things. What do you burn? Well, the soul's bad karma is burnt when he is in fire, okay, his bad deeds, okay. That is why Sagittarius shows purification. That is why it is a fire sign. When you put gold into the fire, it shines more. Yes. So it is a dual sign because the duality is always there, because either you can be materialistic or you can be spiritual. You cannot be both simultaneously, okay. Of course you can continue your material activities, for example studies, your job, your education, your marriage. You can have children, there's no problem with that. But along with that, we also have to be inquisitive about higher reality, about who we are, okay. Athato brahma jigyasa, this is what the Vedas say and the Upanishads say, that everybody should inquire who they are, okay. And when you read the scriptures, you understand, I am not this body, I am spirit, soul, a part and parcel of God. And then you inquire about God and you try to go to him. You try to find out where God is, who God is, how he looks like, where does he exist, is he with me, does he help me, okay. And then in these scriptures it is also said that when a person looks for God, he finds him. God sends a guru. Guru is the ninth house. God sends this person, Sagittarius, to you, okay. Now on a mundane level, these people who have prominent planets like the sun, the moon, or the lord of the ascendant. If you do not know what is ascendant, then please go back to my playlist and watch the videos on ascendant. These people are very generous, okay, because it is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is a very benefic planet. It's a very large planet. These people have large hearts. They want to give, and they are very much accommodating in nature, okay. They love to bring people together, because Jupiter is festive occasions. What happens in festive occasions, like in marriage, or weddings to be more precise, like birthdays, celebrations, okay, promotions, etc. People come together and they celebrate, okay. And then people forget their own likes and dislikes and they mingle with the crowd, okay. And then they behave as if they're a part of the crowd. Not everybody is not talking, oh, I like this, I like that. They may talk about it, but they're more concerned about the crowd and the overall atmosphere and harmonizing with everybody. Yes, that's what is the sign of Sagittarius, because it is ruled by the most benefic planet Jupiter, which signifies all these happiness, prosperity, love, care, compassion, concern for others, okay. And these people are very idealistic because Jupiter represents idealism, okay. What you think is right, what you think is wrong, the discrimination power. That is why it's a dual sign. What is right, what is wrong, okay. Then these people have great sense of humor because because Jupiter also represents humor. It is not cracking of vulgar jokes, but happiness basically. When you meet friends and you joke, you laugh, you talk, and you have fun, that environment is also Jupiter. Okay, and at times they can be a bit impatient because this uh, person is always ready to shoot. So at times they need to sit and think what they should shoot at, or who they should shoot, okay, before running very fast, okay. And they can at times promise something which they cannot deliver. That is one drawback of these people. And these people like freedom, And because ninth house also represents travel, pilgrimages, etc., that is why these people love to travel. Okay, they love to go to different places, long distance travels, basically they like it. Now the most important trait apart from the higher aspects is this, that these people are extremely philosophical. They love discussing about different cultures, traditions, customs, rules, regulations. Okay, law is the sign of Sagittarius, it represents law. Okay, law is more of Saturn, the following of the law, but the principle and the rules are the sign of Sagittarius. It is the sign of philosophy. Okay, they are very philosophical. You can have discussions with them about various topics. Okay, you can always talk with them about higher consciousness, higher reality. If Jupiter is well placed, then the person will be interested also in different religions. Okay, different religions, by that I mean Hindu may be interested in knowing, apart from his own religion, of how also the Quran, which is the holy book of the Muslims, of how the Quran says that you can reach God. Okay, of course that is not required for a person of one religion to go to another. It is not required. Every religion is self-sufficient in its way for its followers to give them the highest blessing. But if Jupiter is well placed, they have this healthy optimism. They are open to other cultures. Okay, they are very open-minded, broad-minded. They are accommodating because Jupiter represents all these traits. Okay, and that is why they are very philosophical. You can go and sit with them and talk. Okay, oh, what do you think this world is, why God created, and you can have some fabulous mind-blowing discussions with these people. I know personally many of my friends who have planets like Moon placed in Sagittarius. They are great conversationalists. Not about topics like politics or movies or some sort of mundane areas, but higher topics, discussion about spirituality. That's what you can have. Okay, which is the most benefic of all discussions. You can talk of past times, you can talk of the Ramayana, you can talk of the Mahabharata, you can talk of the Srimad Bhagavatam, you can talk of the Vedas, you can talk of the Puranas, you can talk of the Quran, you can talk of the Bible, the Torah. Okay, and priests are also seen from this sign because they are dedicating their lives for a higher purpose, for God, for spirituality, for enlightenment. Enlightenment is the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, and they are very curious, they are very energetic. Okay, because it's a fire sign, there's a lot of fire in that. They have the power to achieve Herculean tasks actually. And they are very extrovert, and they are extremely optimistic and enthusiastic because Jupiter represents optimism. Everything collapses, but still they will stand. You will see them standing right there. They will say, God is there with me, so nobody can defeat me. Yes, it is not their power. They have faith in the power of God. That is why they are always standing. Otherwise, they would have fallen very soon. Long time back, they would have fallen. But as I said, a sign of fortune is everything falls apart, but still you are protected. That is optimism because they know that God is there with me all the time, and that's why I say in the videos that God is there with you all the time. So today, I hope you understood what is the meaning of uh, the statement. Okay, God is there with you all the time. It is the fortune which is represented by the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to shoot this arrow. Okay, with the bow. Okay, and what is this arrow? This arrow is our desires. And what is the destination? God is our destination. So that means our desires should be aligned with the purpose of the scriptures, the higher reality, okay, higher consciousness, the universal consciousness. All sorts of spiritual practices, spiritual encounters, spiritual entourages are seen from the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, core spirituality is also the sign of Sagittarius, and it is only the sign of Sagittarius. Of course, Pisces is also there. We will discuss about Pisces later. Okay, Sagittarius is the beginning, Pisces is who you become at the end, because that is also the sign of Jupiter. And among the sign of Jupiter, Jupiter's two signs, Sagittarius and Pisces, Sagittarius is the favorite sign of Jupiter because it is the Mool Trikon sign of Jupiter. Okay, we will discuss what are Mool Trikon signs later. Mool Trikon means uh, out of the two signs ruled by a planet, which is his most favorite sign. Okay, that is like his home. He wants to stay there all the time. That is where he finds his satisfaction. That is where he finds inner fulfillment. Okay, so that means if you want your family life to be happy, to be good, because Jupiter represents family happiness, marital happiness is signified by Jupiter, the mundane aspect is seen by Venus. Okay, so if you want to be happy in life, and general happiness in life is also Jupiter. Generally, are you happy in life with your career, with your boss, with your children? Overall happiness. So if you want overall happiness in your life, you have to be in the ninth house with the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, so that's it from my side. And as always, before ending, I would again say that God is there with you all the time. Just look to him, and this time he will definitely be there with you. Okay, so I would end the video here. It has become very long, but what can I do? It is the sign of Sagittarius. I have to speak on this sign, because if I do not speak, then there's no use of astrology. If you do not know Sagittarius, this is the cause. This is the hallmark of astrology. Okay, this is the sign of astrology. Sagittarius is the sign of astrology because he takes you to light. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. He leads you to light. He tells you, my dear sir, these are your karmas, you have to correct it. Okay, he's the guru, he's the preceptor, he's the guide. He tells you when are you going to have a good time or a bad time, and this is the remedy you should do. That is why astrology is the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, and as usual, if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel and click on the notifications button, the bell, or else you will miss the beautiful updates which I keep giving every day. Okay, until next time, bye bye, see you.